All right. All right. All right. A very good morning, good afternoon, crypto ambassadors, wherever you are across the world. My name is Chris from Uganda. I am a crypto and a forex trading consultant who is currently working with Royal Q. And today's morning, I'm going to be your host. Today's morning, I'll be your host. So I'm humbled to be part of you today's morning as we get started to this training. Monday, it is always for signal setting, and saving strategies within your Royal Q account. To those ones who have been following me ever since I've started trading, I have changed my training. I have changed the training from how to set the signal within your Royal Q to how to save the strategy and how you can use a saved strategy to trade a given signal using Royal Q. So today, I'm focusing on that. I'm seeing we are still small in number, and the Monday training, it is always aiming at people understanding. If you are in my training, I don't like you to cram. It's not a cram. You are going to understand how things are done practically when you are given a different signal. Last time when I was in a training, I got problems with the network and I did not finish the training. So today I'm going to sign some co-hosts to help me. To help me in case I go off. I don't know if Leader Biba will be here, but I'll make you a co-host of this meeting. I'll make you a co-host of this meeting. Let's continue sharing the link. Let's continue sharing the link. Let's continue sharing the link before I get started. So when we look at the market and how it is moving, the market is in average. It is in what? In average. So the market, I told you there are so many factors that determine the movement of the market. One, it is the performance of Bitcoin. When you see the Bitcoin price going up, expect the market also to go up. Some of the coins obey. They obey with the movement of what? Of Bitcoin. And when you see the Bitcoin price going down, expect the market to be down. However, the market is moving average. The market is moving average. And what is the best strategy for us to use? One may ask, what is the best strategy for me to use during this time? During this time, the best strategy for you to use, it is the super start small and win big strategy. The super start small and win big strategy. By today, I will not talk about the super start small and win big because last time I talked about it. Last time I talked about it. So today I'm going to talk about the start small and win big strategy. As crypto ambassadors, I know we always have new members that join the crypto ambassadors community. So if you are used to it, if you are used to this training, it is okay. We keep on repeating the training because every now and then we have new people that join the crypto ambassadors community. If you are used to it, if you are new into the business, and if you are old to the business, you are used to the strategies. These new people need to know the strategies. However, I may have taught something and you did not understand it well. You didn't understand it well. And if I repeat it the second time, you may understand it well and how it works. And how it works. Are we getting the point? So therefore, today I'm going to talk about the start small and win big strategy. The start small and win big strategy for our new people that have started. One of the things that is affecting our traders, it is lack of capital. Lack of capital. It is lack of capital. People lack capital. Hey, they lack capital here in Uganda and most of the parts around the world. So share the link. Share the link as I continue. I need 100 members. 100 members. Then I get started. 100 members. 100 members. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen as I share the key points. As I share the key points in the strategy that I want to share with you, there is what we call key points. Key points. One, in this strategy, they start small and win big. As you hear the strategy, start small and win big. Start small and win big. Tandika na kitono ofune kinene. Start small and win big. As you hear the strategy. This strategy, it is for people trading using $50. $50 and above. $50 and above. It is for people trading using $50 and above. $50, that's around 190,000 Ugandan shillings. 190,000 Ugandan shillings. So $50 and above. Another key point that you should consider, the AI margin call. AI margin call. AI margin call. It is supposed to be off. It is supposed to be off. Why is it that the AI margin call is supposed to be off? It is because we are trading with so many margin calls. And since we are trading with so many margin calls, we want our robot to always buy the margin calls. To always buy the margin calls sharp, or in a quick way. If you leave the AI margin call on, using the start small and win big strategy, the robot is not going to obey what you have said, but it will determine when to buy the margin call by itself. But if you switch off the AI margin call, the robot will buy the margin calls chap. Chap what? Chap. Again, what you should consider in the start small and win big strategy. In the start small and win big strategy, what you should consider is that the strategy mode, it is under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. It is under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Now, if you wanted to make profit, or if you want to make profit even when the market is dropping down, even when the market is dropping down, and you want to make profit, the best strategy for you to use, or the best trading mode for you to use, it is sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. It is sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. However, what you should understand with this strategy, the strategy works if you have more than four margin calls. If you have more than four margin calls, you cannot trade under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. You cannot trade under sub-bin mode real-time settlement if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 margin calls. You cannot trade under sub-bin mode real-time settlement if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 margin calls. 1, 2, 3, and 4 margin calls, they go under what we call warehouse mode. They go under what we call warehouse mode. What does warehouse mode mean? Warehouse mode means that all of the 4 margin calls, all of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 margin calls are going to be sold all together. They are sold all together. They are sold all together. That's why it is called warehouse mode. You get it? Sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Sub-bin mode real-time settlement works if someone has more than 4 margin calls. What happens? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you trade using 9 margin calls, when you are using the robot of RoyalQ and you trade with 9 margin calls, what happens? The first 4 margin calls are going to be sold all together. They are sold all together. That means the robot is going to add up the coins it has bought on the first call, and it will also add up the coins it has bought on the second call, and add up the coins it has bought on the third call. It will also add up the coins it has sold on the fourth call. Now, all of these coins bought from the first call, second call, and the fourth call, the robot is going to sell them all together. It will sell them all together. And these coins always have a take profit of 3%. You remember, we are having what we call 3% 300 times strategy that can help you turn $15 to 100 what? $1,000 to $100,000. So this is what? 3%. Now, from the fifth call to the 6th call, 7th call, and 8th call, these calls, the robot is selling them independently. It is selling them independently. And when it sells them, it is going to give you profit. When it sells them, the profit is given to you. When it sells them, the profit is given to you. That's when you are trading under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. That's when you are trading under sub-bin mode real-time settlement. That's why we say that when you trade under sub-bin mode real-time settlement, the robot is going to be able to give you profit on a daily basis, even when the market is dropping down. Are we together? We have another trading mode. We have another what? Another trading mode. We have another trading mode. We have another trading mode. We have another trading mode. Another trading mode is sub-bin mode. It is called sub-bin mode. Sub-bin what? Sub-bin mode. Again, sub-bin mode works if you have more than 4 margin calls. It works when you have more than 4 margin calls. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 margin calls. Also, under this mode, the sub-bin mode, the first 4 margin calls are sold all together. Are sold all together. They are sold all together. But the difference is when the robot sells the 5th call and the 6th call, it does not give you profit. The profit is not given to you, but rather the robot returns the profit back in the market. Hey, the robot returns the profit back in the market to buy more of the coin you are trading. And all that it has bought from the 5th call to the 6th call, all that it has bought, it sells it at a take a profit of what? I take a profit of 3%. If you have understood the trading modes, type a 1 in the chat. If you have understood the trading modes, type a 1 in the chat. You know, people are always there. I don't understand how the robot works. You know, my robot does not give you money. You see, the market is dropping, but the robot is not giving me money. Then you ask the person, which mode are you trading in? You find them there in warehouse or sub-bin mode. But what you should know, it is that these modes depend on your trading capital. For example, a person who is trading using $20, you can only open up 2 margin calls. A person trading with $30 trading capital, you can open up 3 margin calls. And if you are trading using 2 or 3 margin calls, you have no option. You are supposed to be trading under warehouse. You are supposed to be trading under warehouse mode. You trade under warehouse mode. So the higher the capital, the more the margin calls and the change in the strategy mode. And the change in the strategy mode. If you have got the point, if you have got the point, then I'm going to calculations. How do you calculate the number of trading capital, the number of margin calls that you're supposed to be trading with? And then how do you set the margin calls. How do you set the margin calls? What we call the margin configurations, the multiple buy in ratio. You have understood that type of one in the chart. Let me see. Only 100 people. Where are others? Can I change the strategy for the coin in case the coin is already in the market? If let me make a statement. Let me make a statement here. If the robot has bought the FIFI call, if it has bought the FIFI call, it will be very impossible for you to change it from sub-bin mode to sub-bin mode real-time settlement. To sub-bin mode real-time settlement. It is to be impossible for you. However, when it has not yet bought the FIFI call, when it has not yet bought the FIFI call, you can change your robot from warehouse to sub-bin mode or sub-bin mode real-time settlement or sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Are you getting the point? Are you getting the point? So if you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that. Now, we are going on the calculations. How do you calculate your capital? Because I told you the start small and win big strategy, it starts from people using $50 and above. What are the calculations? This is 50. It is 50. Divide it by 5. Divide it by what? By 5. This means 5 is our first buy in amount. 5 is our first buy in amount. If you divide 5, if you divide 50, divide by 5, you are getting around 10. 10. Then 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1. Why are we removing 1? This 1. 1 is the first time the robot will buy. It is the first time the robot will buy. 1 is the first time the robot will buy, which is giving us 9. It is giving us 9. And 9 becomes our number of margin calls. 9 becomes our number of margin calls. Remember, I told you, trading with margin calls, it gives you safety in the market. So 9 becomes our number of margin calls. There are so many people that are trading using the robot simply because they don't have margin calls. They end up being stuck in the market for a long period of what? For a long period of time. It is always very good to trade with the margin calls. And then don't scatter or don't sprint your trading capital in so many coins. We have a challenge whereby you find a person of $50 trading like 5 coins. Trading 5 coins. That is a challenge. That is what? That is a challenge. In other words, even before I go to calculations, let me first pass over this information. So that when you do it, you are doing it at your own. $50, trade one coin. $60, trade one coin. $70 trading capital, trade one coin. $80 trading capital, trade one coin. $90 trading capital, trade one coin. $100 trading capital, trade one coin. $200 trading capital, trade one coin. $300 trading capital, trade one coin. $400 trading capital, trade one coin. $500 trading capital, trade one coin. $800 trading capital, trade one coin. 1,000 trading capital, trade one coin. $2,000 trading capital, you can decide to trade one or two coins. If you have understood this, then you will stop the mistakes that you are doing. Trading so many coins does not mean that you are going to make a lot of money. Trading so many coins without margin calls, it does not give you safety in the market. I repeat the statement. Trading so many coins without margin calls, it does not give you safety in the market. For those ones who have been in the morning training, the Uganda morning training, I was talking about risk management. Implement risk management in the market. And among the risk management, I talked about capital or wallet management, which is very important. Trading so many coins without margin calls does not give you safety in the market. At the same time, trading so many coins does not give you a lot of profit. It does not give you a lot of profit. So depending on this, I know people have learned something. 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 I'm making another statement. From 500, let's say, let me see, 500, from $50, around let's say $400 to $400, you can divide this by 5. Divide it by what? By 5. Meaning that 5 is going to be your first buy in amount. It is going to be your first buy in amount. This is the start small and win big strategy. It is start small and win big strategy. Then from $500 and above, you can decide to divide by 10. This means 10 becomes your first buy. 10 becomes your first buy in amount. From 500 and above, divide it by 10. Then from $50 to $400, you can divide it by 5. 5 becomes your first buy in amount. Here, 10 becomes your first buy in amount. First buy in amount, it is the initial money you are commanding your robot to go with in the market. It is the initial money you are commanding your robot to go with in the market. Therefore, when we say, for example, you are using $100, this is 100 divided by 5. 5 becomes your first buy in amount. So 100 divided by 5, you are getting 20. 20 minus 1, you get 19 margin calls. You get 19 margin calls. Why are we subtracting this one? 1 is the initial. It is the first time the robot is going to buy. 1 is the first time the robot will buy. That's why we are subtracting a 1 from the 20 that we have got. That's why we are subtracting a 1 from the 20 that we have what? We have got. I'm going to another different trading capital. Let's say you are using $200. $200 trading capital, trade 1 coin. That means you are going, it is going to be 200 divided by 5. It is $200 divided by 5. Let's go on the calculator. Let's go on the calculator. 200 divided by 5, which is giving us 40. It is giving us 40. It is giving us 40. Then 40 minus 1. 40 minus 1. Why are we subtracting this 1? 1, it is the initial time. It is the initial time the robot will buy. It is the initial time the robot will buy, which gives us 39. And 39 becomes the number of margin calls. 39 becomes the number of margin calls. That means if you are trading using $200, you are going to trade 1 coin using 39 margin calls and $5 as your first buy, in amount. Let's go to $500. I said $500. You can divide it by 10. Divide by 10. Divide it by what? By 10. It means 10 becomes your first buy. 10 becomes your first buy in amount. And you are going to trade 1 coin. You are going to trade 1 coin. So now it is going to become $500 divided by 10. It is giving you $50. It is giving you 50 margin calls. Then 50 minus 1. Why are we subtracting this 1? 1 is the initial. It is the first time the robot will buy, and it gives us 49 margin calls. So if you have $500 and you want to use the start small and win big strategy, you are going to trade 1 coin with $10 as your first buy in amount and 49 margin calls. If you have understood that, type a 2 in the chat. I said a 2, type a 3 in the chat. Type a 3 in the chat if you have got the point. Type a 3 in the chat if you have got the point. Type a 3 in the chat if you have got the point. Type a 3 in the chat if you have got the point. Now, for everyone who is using small capital, that is $50 and above. $50, starting from $50. You are using $50 as your trading capital. You are using $80 as your trading capital. You are using $90 as your trading capital. You are using $100 as your trading capital. The strategy that you can use, it is start small and win big. Start small and what? And win big, if you have got to the point. Now, having known the calculation, how do you save the strategy within your RoyalQ account? How do you save the strategy? Open your RoyalQ. When you open your RoyalQ, come and you click on mine. Click on what? Click on mine. Mine is here down. Then you come and you click on my strategy setting. My strategy setting. There is an arrow, a white arrow, this one here. Click on that. If you have saved any strategy within your RoyalQ, you will find, you click on a plus button here. You click on a plus button there. If you have not saved any strategy within your RoyalQ account, you will find the word add it now. You will find the word add it now. Either here in the middle, or you will find it here up. The word add it now. You may find it here up. Add it now. Click on add it now. If you have saved any strategy within your queue, you will find a plus what? A plus sign. You click on plus. iPhone users, if you are using iPhone users, some of you, when you come on risky type, you will find conservative. You will find conservative. iPhone users, change from conservative to steady. You may find when the robot is in conservative. If you leave it in conservative, if they say that person is conservative, that means the way he does his things, it's not speedy, just like that. So put it in steady. Put it in steady here, iPhone users. After putting it in steady, there is a word remark. There is a word remark. You are going to click on option. Click on what? Optional. Then name the strategy. Give the strategy a name. The strategy is start small. Start small and win big. And win big strategy. And win big strategy. Save the strategy depending on your trading capital. Save the strategy depending on your trading capital. Let's say I'm using $50. So it is going to be start small and win big strategy, $50. Just like I have saved. What is the first buy-in amount? What is the first buy-in amount? What is the first buy-in amount? First buy-in amount, it is the initial money you want your robot to go with in the market. That is the first buy-in amount. And we said 50 to $400. You can divide it by 5. And we said 5 is your first buy-in amount. Therefore, if I'm saving the strategy of $50, it is going to be 50 divided by 5, whereby 5 becomes my first buy-in amount. Those ones using HTX, if you are using HTX, that is Huobi exchanger for trading, you can divide it by 10. Because Huobi does not take $5 as your first buy-in amount. Therefore, here we are going to put 5, whereby 5 is our first buy-in amount for Binance users. If you are using Binance for trading, if you are using Binance for trading, you are going to put 5 as your first buy-in amount. We go to AI. I told you AI margin call, it is supposed to be off. You switch it off. Why are you switching it off? You are switching it off because you want the robot to buy the margin calls quickly. You want the robot to buy the margin calls quickly. Now, we go to this. It is called margin call limit. The word margin call limit means number of margin calls. It means number of margin calls. How do we calculate the number of margin calls? Using the start small and win big strategy. How do we calculate the number of margin calls? Using the start small and win big strategy. It is going to be 50 divided by 5. When you divide 50 divided by 5, you are getting around 10. Then 10 minus 1. Why are we removing 1? 1 is the first time the robot will buy. So 10 minus 1, it is giving you 9. And 9 becomes our number of margin calls. Therefore, on the margin call limit, we are going to put 9. On the margin call limit, we shall put 9. We shall put 9 on the margin call limit. Here, we shall put 9. Ayabas. 9 is there. When you come to hold position take a profit ratio. Hold position take a profit ratio, it means the amount of profit by percentage you want from the coin. In case the robot of Royal Q buys and sells the coin, how much profit do you want by percentage? Here, we always save 3%. We always save 3%. Here, you put 3%. 3%. What does it mean? It means that when the robot buys and sells this coin you are trading, you are going to make 3%. You will make 3%. Take a profit. And it is 3% of the money invested in the coin, but not your total capital on your digital bank of Binance. Some people think that the profit we make in this business, it depends on the trading capital that you have on your digital bank of Binance. The profit we make, it depends on the money the robot has used to buy the coin. It depends on the money the robot has used to buy the coin. You may be trading with $1,000 and you command your robot to use $200. If the robot has used $200 on your $1,000, it means when it buys the coin and it sells the coin, you are going to make 3% of $200 that went in the market. You make 3% of $200 that went in the market. Are we together? Are we together? If you have understood that, type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat if you have got the point. If you have got the point, type a yes in the chat. Hey, type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat. Hey, type a yes in the chat. It is 3% of the first buying amount, even the margin call money. Yes, that means that's why I said it is 3% of the money that went in the market. Of the money that went in the what? In the market. So having had that, here on hold position, take a profit call back, instead of 0.3, you can use 0.1. Why have you saved 0.1? And what are you commanding the robot? You are commanding the robot that when the market rises by 3% and it tries to retrace, retracing means when the market tries to come back down by 0.1, I need you to sell. I need you to sell. I need you to sell off the coin. And in this case, you are not going to get 3% exactly. you are not going to get 3% exactly. Why are you not getting 3% exactly? Because you commanded the robot that when the market rises and it retraces by 0.1, I need you to sell. Therefore, it is going to be 3% minus 0.1. In this case, you may end up getting 2.9 something. 2.9 something. Are we getting the point? So we are very busy on the Zoom teaching people. Are you getting the point? Now, for those ones who want to get exactly 3%, they always come here on take a profit. They save 3.01. They save 3.01. If they put 3.01, it means even when the market rises by 3% and it retraces by 0.1, it is going to be 3.01 minus 0.1. Here the person will get exactly 3%. So it is very important you save 3.01. If you have understood that, type a 4 in the chat as I continue. It is understanding. We are here to understand, not to cram. We are here to understand, not to cram. Yes. If you have understood that, then we go. Buy in callback. This is 0.01. Buy in callback is 0.01. Why is it like that? And what are you commanding the robot? After buying the first call, when the market is dropping, how long will the robot take to buy the second call? How long will the robot take to buy the second what? The second call. That is buy in callback. That is buy in what? Buy in callback. It will take a percentage of 0.01. In this case, the speed at which the robot is going to be buying the margin calls, the speed is going to be high. The speed is going to be high at which the robot is going to be buying the margin calls. Why? Because the buy in callback, it has a very little percentage of 0.01. So here we say the speed at which the robot is going to be buying the margin calls, the speed is going to be very high because the buy in callback percentage, it is low. It is low. Therefore, here it is supposed to be 0.01. If you have understood that, let me see if a 5 in the chat. Let me see a 5 in the chat. Let me see a 5 in the chat. Let me see a 5 in the chat if you have understood that. So we are on the start small and win big strategy. Start small and win big strategy. All right, we go to another thing. You go to another what? Another thing. We have what we call sub position take a profit callback. Sub position take a profit callback here. This is supposed to be 0.01. 0.01. And sub position take a profit callback works. It works for these margin calls here. For these margin calls here. Remember, we have opened up 9. 9 margin what? 9 margin calls. When you click on distributed take a profit allocation here, When you click on distributed take profit allocation, there, you are going to find the fifth margin call, the sixth margin call, seventh margin call, eighth margin call, and the ninth margin call. That means these margin calls are sold independently. They are sold independently, and they have a take profit of 1.3. They have a take profit of 1.3. They are sold independently. Now, this sub-position take profit allocation. Sorry, let me get my pointer. This sub-position take profit allocation of 0.01, it works for these margin calls here. For example, what are you commanding the robot? I just feel very happy because people that we find on TikTok and they are saying that the Royal Key robot does not work. Do you know these settings? Okay. So what are you commanding the robot? You are telling the robot that when the market rises by 1.3%, when the market rises by 1.3% and it tries to come back a little bit by 0.01, please sell. Please sell. That's why these margin calls, they are sold earlier than the first four. The first four, 1, 2, 3, and 4 margin calls, the first four margin calls, they are sold at a take profit of 3%. They are sold at a take profit of 3%. The fifth call, the sixth call, and the seventh, plus the eighth and the ninth call, they are sold at a take profit of 1.3. They are sold at a take profit of 1.3. That means these other four, these other margin calls, they are sold earlier. They are sold earlier than the first four margin calls. And this is the reason as to why when you trade in sub-bin mode real-time settlement, when you trade in sub-bin mode real-time settlement, you will be able to make a profit even when the market is dropping down. And the robot is going to be able to buy margin calls at a very high speed because of the buy in callback being in a short percentage, or having a short what? A short percentage. Now, come here on strategy period, change from cycle and you put to one shot. Most people think that when the robot is buying and selling, it is in cycle mode. No, it is supposed to be in one shot. And why are we trading in one shot? Why are we trading in one shot? We want the robot to buy the coin. If the market goes up and the robot sells the coin, the trade is going to be cancelled automatically, and the robot is going to give us our capital and the profit got from the coin, so that we can go and select another coin which is performing better in the market. When you leave the coin in cycle, it means the robot is going to be buying and selling the coin in a cycle mode continuously. It will buy and sell that one coin in a cycle mode continuously, buying and selling continuously, which is very risky in the market because the coins change their movement. If you have understood that, type a 6 in the chat. Type a 6 in the chat if you have got it. Type a 6 in the chat. Type a 6 in the chat. After there, we are going to what we call the margin configuration. We are going to what we call the margin configuration. We are going to what we call the margin configuration. The margin configuration. When you click on margin configuration here, on this side of multiple buy-in ratio, it is called multiple buy-in ratio. As you hear the word multiple, as you hear the word multiple means multiplication. It means multiplication, meaning that you are going to multiply. What are you multiplying on this side? What are you multiplying? You are multiplying the figure or the number you are putting here. You are multiplying the number you are putting here times the first buy-in amount. Times the first buy-in amount. Remember, the settings I'm giving you are for $50, meaning that here on multiple buy-in ratio, we are going to use one time throughout. One time, and one time throughout. You get it? Then here on margin call drop refers to the percentage. It is a percentage at which the market is dropping. Let's say it's like this. This is the first step. This is the first step. The market is dropping. This is the second step. The market is dropping. And this is the third step. The market is dropping. This is the fourth step. The market is dropping. However, these steps the market is dropping, they are measured in percentage. We measure them in percentage. So here on margin call drop, the first call is 0.2, the second is 0.3, the third is 0.4, the fourth is 0.5. The rest are 0.5, as we are going to see. 0.2, 0.4, 0.3, then here 0.4. The rest are 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, then 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So what are you commanding the robot here to do? What are you commanding the robot to do? Very simple. You are telling the robot that when the market drops by 0.2, I want you to buy one time. I want you to buy one time. But remember, this one time, it is multiple buy. The robot multiplies the number you have put here times your first buy times your first buy in amount. I don't know if you are getting the point. Which means that you are commanding the robot that when the market drops by 0.2, I want you to buy one time, which is 1 times 5. Which is 1 times 5. Again, when the market drops by 0.3, you are commanding the robot to buy one one time, which is 1 times 5. And then when the market drops by 0.4, you are commanding the robot to buy one time, which is 1 times 5. Meaning that whenever the market is dropping down, the robot is adding in $5. It is adding in $5. It is adding in $5 whenever the market is dropping down. Therefore, the robot is going to buy 9 times because we have opened up 9 margin calls, which is going to be 9 times 5. 9 times what? 9 times 5. We come to calculator. When you multiply 9 times 5, you are getting 45. Not so? You get 45, like we have seen here. It is 40 what? 9 times 4. 9 times 5. It is 40 what? It is 45, like we have seen here. Now, 45 plus the first buying amount, it is giving you, plus the first buying amount, which is $5, it is giving you $50. It is giving you $50, which is your trading capital. So that's why I've told you that the strategy we are saving, it is a strategy of 50 what? $50. And I said, if you are trading using $50, trade one coin with 9 margin what? Margin calls. If you have understood that, type a 7 in the chat. Type a 7 in the chat. Type a 7 in the chat. If you have got how we calculate the amount of money used in margin calls. Type a 7 in what? In the chat. Okay. Good that you have understood. I continue. Now, after doing all of this, save your strategy. Save the what? The strategy. Save the strategy. You click on save. Have you seen here? The strategy is already saved in my RoyalQ account. The strategy is saved in my RoyalQ account. This is the strategy that we have saved. Come back, click here on that arrow, and you come back. So when you are given a signal, Chineke o, Chineke o. Let me look at the signal. Okay. Chineke o. This is just a game. And I don't know why people make trading to be so difficult. This is a game. It is a game. For example, when you are given this signal, this is a signal. This is what? This is a signal. And you already saved it. You already saved your strategy in RoyalQ. You already saved your strategy in RoyalQ. What you need from the signal, from this signal, it is the name of the coin, then this. This one is not needed. You need the name of the coin to set. All of this is not needed. It is X. And this is not needed because you already saved your strategy. This is not needed. What you need, it is the name of the coin. And they are telling you, buy the coin at current price. Buy the coin at current what? Buy the coin at current price. They are telling you, buy at that exact price in the market. For example, You may go in the market to buy a t-shirt and you find a t-shirt at $10. Then you say, I'm buying it exactly at $10. And someone may come and say, me, I'm giving the person who is selling, the owner of the t-shirt, I'm giving the person $80. I'm giving the person $80. So $80 becomes what we call the preset, because the person wants to buy slightly down from the current price. The current price in the market, it is $10. But there is someone who is buying at 8. That means 8 becomes the preset. The person is buying slightly lower than the current price in the market. If you buy it exactly at $10, that means you have bought at the current price. So the signal is telling you buy at current price, buy at that exact price in the market. I have told you, when you have already saved your strategy in RoyalQ, like we have saved it, from the signal, what you need from the signal, it is the name of the coin. It is the name of the coin. Then the preset or the current what? Or the current price, because it tells you what to do. Then this, you don't need it. All of this is X. And I've given you an example of this signal. So what do you do? What do you do? Open your RoyalQ account. When you open the RoyalQ account, you click on the search bar. You click on the search bar. Then you come and you click on all. You click on all. After clicking on all, enter the name of the coin. The name of the coin, it is called Alpha stroke USDT. You come and you say Alpha. Alpha. This is the coin. This is the what? Click anywhere on this coin. Click anywhere on that coin. Come and you click on I understand. I understand. If you click on I understand, this screenshot will disappear. This screen will disappear. Then you come down and you click on create. Click on create. Again, come and you click on create down. Again. Come to trade setting. Trade setting. Come to manually create. When you come to manually create, do you see that this coin has different settings? If you look at it, do you see that it has different settings? Have you noticed that it has different settings? Have you noticed that it has different settings? Have you noticed it? Have you noticed it? That it has different what? Settings? Come here on strategy mode. Remember, I told you, you are supposed to be under sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Supposed to be under sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Change the strategy mode to sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Here. Put it under sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Then come and choose a strategy. Choose a strategy. From the so many strategies that you saved, choose a strategy you want to trade using it. You want to trade in. The strategy is here. The start small and win big strategy. Click anywhere on the strategy. Tap. Have you seen that when I clicked on the strategy, there is a change in the settings? There is a change in the settings. That means the settings I saved they have entered the coin. And after entering the coin, change the first buy, change the first buy in amount. Make sure here it is in sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Sometimes it changes. Make sure it is here. then change the first buy-in amount. We said what is the first buy-in amount of $50. We said what is the first buy-in amount of $50. We said what is the first buy-in amount of $50. We said what is the first buy-in amount of $50. We said what is the first buy-in amount of $50. Someone here is rushing. My question is, you mean the first buy-in amount changed from we said what is the first buy-in amount of $50? We said it is 5. Therefore, come and change from 12. Change from 12 to what? To 5. After that, click on save. Click on save. And you click on sure. You click on what? You click on sure. After clicking on sure, then click on activate. Click on activate. When you click on activate, click on create. Remember, this is a coin of current price. It is a coin of current price. Sorry, let me get my pointer. It is a coin of current what? Buy at current price. So after saving your settings, just click on activate. Just click on activate and you click on create. It means that the robot will buy at current price. It means that the robot will buy at current price. It means the robot will buy at current price. If you are given like this signal, like this what? This signal. This is also a trading signal. The same thing applies to this. If you have saved your strategy in your Royal Q account, this is not needed, and this is not needed, and this is not needed. What you need from this kind of signal or this type of signal, it is the name of the coin, and what you need also, it is the preset. It is the preset. Therefore, if you are given this signal with the preset price, after saving, after doing all of this, you have changed the first buy-in amount, you have put the coin into sub-bin mode real-time settlement, and you have chosen the strategy. You have chosen the what? The strategy. Then you come here and you click on save. You come there and you click on save. Then come and enter the preset. Come and enter the preset price. It is entered from here. If you are given a signal of preset, enter the preset price. Don't forget the preset. If the signal is telling you preset, because if you forget the preset and you just enter, it means you have entered at current price. You have entered at what? At current price. But if it is a signal of preset, don't forget to put the preset price here. Come and you click here, then enter the preset here, which is 19.93. Then you click on sure. You click on sure. If you click on sure, then you click on activate. Click on activate and click on create. When you click on create, it means the robot will wait. It will wait for the current price of the coin to drop down to your preset. Because I told you, preset is a trigger price. It is a price you want your robot to start buying this coin. I have given you an example. When you go to the market to buy a t-shirt, and a t-shirt is of $10, $10, it is the current price in the market. And you tell the person who is selling that I want to buy it at $8. $8 becomes the preset. That means you are buying slightly down. You are buying slightly down from the what? From the current price. That's why you are given preset. If you have understood that, type 8 in the chat. 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 Someone is asking me a question here. Kindly, what is the essence of saving a strategy if we need to come back and manually set the strategy? Hey, my friend, my friend, my friend. You have not seen what I have done. One of the things that is saving a strategy helps you to save time when you are trading a signal or when you are setting a signal. It helps you to save time. That is one. The time you would spend saving the margin calls, the margin configuration, and doing what, maybe the time has already passed. Remember, signals come with time. For example, if you look at this signal is telling you, do not trade after 7 minutes. Do not trade after 7 minutes. That means when 7 minutes elapse, this signal has already expired. It has already expired. Now, so many people, you fidget around, you fight around with your robot, trying to set 3%, 0.01, 0.0. You see, you go to margin configuration, 0.2, 0.1. But if you have saved all of those things within your royal queue, there are a few things that you change, and then you start the trade. You start the trade. If the coin buys the first time, should I go back and activate again? What are you activating? What are you activating? You have already activated. You have already activated. And the robot is going to buy the first time. The robot only buys margin calls when the market is dropping. The robot only buys margin calls when the market is dropping. You activate it once. If you activate and it has bought for the first time, and it has bought for the first time, that means for it, it is going to monitor the market. If the market drops, it will buy the margin calls when the market drops. That's why it is called margin call drop. So the take profit remains consistently 3%. Yes, it remains 3%. Most of the signals that are given, they have a take profit of 3%. 3%. Even in different signals, it is 3%. It remains 3%. I think me, I'm done with the training. Hey, I'm done with the training. Why the robot sometimes takes hours to buy? Because it is waiting for the market to drop. Yes, it is waiting for the market to drop. Signals with preset price. The robot does not buy instant signals with preset price. It has to wait for the robot. It has to wait for the market to drop slightly down, then it starts buying. But signals with current price, the robot buys immediately because you are buying at that exact price in the market. Can I preset? Can I preset to be applied on RSI? No. No. Of course, you are using RSI as your preset. Now, why do you preset when you are using RSI? Why do you preset? Because when you use RSI, it means the RSI becomes your preset price. The price you have entered using the RSI becomes your preset. But on the signal, there it is opening more margin calls. Yet they are saying first call. But Mugombe, Mugombe. I was very clear when I was explaining. I told you when you have saved your strategy, in your royal queue, you don't need this. This you don't need it. It is X. And this is X, all of it, this and this. What you need from the coin, what you need from the signal, it is the name of the coin. Now you are asking me, you will fail exams. I will give you an F9 because you don't follow. I will give you an F9 because you don't follow. Someone is asking me RSI. I'm not teaching RSI today. Don't confuse my people. I'm not teaching RSI. If you need RSI, go to RSI. Wait for RSI trainings. But today I'm not teaching about RSI. Ask what I have talked about to be on the right track. To be on the right track. Why does my app show coins in the signal even when I search? Why doesn't my app show coins in the signal even when I search from all? Add the coins. Go and add the coins. Go and add the coins. Add the coins from your royal queue. It is very simple. Add the coins. Come here. Click on the plus button. Click on that plus button. Then come and you click on spot. Click on spot. After clicking on spot, come and tick in the box. Tick in the box. Then after ticking in the box, then come and you click on add. Click on add. Those coins you don't see, they are going to be added. They will be added. They will be added. Hey, and also, it depends on which exchanger are you using. If you are using Huobi or HTX, some coins are not in Huobi. If you are using Coinbase, some coins are not there. Binance has the most coins. Binance has more coins. This is my second day trading. I joined in when you are teaching about sub-bin mode real-time settlement. Did I miss out on some? Please? I don't know the time you joined. Maybe you joined late. So last Friday afternoon, and my upline gave me a coin, but update the coin is still trading, and I was told not trade. Yes, trade one coin, wait for it to be sold by the robot, then you trade another one. Then now I don't repeat that. I don't repeat it. My brother, excellent. Go to our YouTube channel and learn from there. Let me see. Can a preset be applied in RSI? The same thing they asked. Please, you can let know when to set each strategy settings and how to go about it. Please, can you let us know when to set each strategy? But I always teach them. Last Monday, I talked about start small and win big. Today, I've talked about start small and win big strategy. Someone is asking me, why will my trade stop running even the margin call is on? That is when the amount of money is finished. That's when the amount of money allocated is finished, but when the market continues to drop, so the robot stops the margin calls. Sometimes waiting for the market to drop. Yes. How do I add my how do I add my fuels? It's dropped to 5%. How do I add my milk? It's dropped to 5%, to 5 USDT. 5 USDT, it is okay. It is okay. It can either be 2 and above. So it is okay. It is okay. How do I add? You will ask for the video, obviously the YouTube channel. You learn from there. Let me see. I wish next time you teach the settings of $500. $500 I have calculated for you. I've said 500. Divide it by 10, which is giving us 40. It is giving us 40. 40 minus 1, it is 39 margin calls. 39 margin calls. And 10 becomes your first buying amount. 10 becomes your first buying amount, and you are going to trade one coin using 39 margin calls. The same settings on margin on multiple buying ratio. Use one time up to the 39th margin call. On multiple buying ratio, on margin call drop, use 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.5, up to down, up to the 39th margin call. My coin is back, but Rogi is still buying. Is there any problem when the robot is buying? I don't see any problem if the robot is buying the coin. My coin is back, but Royal Q is still buying. Is there any problem when the robot is buying? Because I think that trading is buying low and selling high. Now, if the market is going low and your robot is buying, is there any problem? It is buying margin calls. How can I? For you have joined late. Can I set 5 calls? 5 calls on $100. This is X. This is an F9. What I have not talked about, please don't imagine what I have not talked about. This is an F9. Don't imagine what I have not talked about. That's why you fail exams. That's why you become stuck in the market. If I pick a coin by myself, should I preset? No, don't preset. You just enter at current price. No, don't preset. You enter at current price. How do I know that even buying or selling I'm blue? Wait for leader Doris's orientation. Leader Doris from Germany. She will teach you what we call an orientation to know when the robot has bought or it has sold. Otherwise, thank you for being part of the training. Today is Monday. We love you all. Thank you for being part of the crypto ambassadors community. We love you all. Using Royal Q as a vehicle to success. Together, we shall all be successful. Thank you for believing in the leaders and also trusting in Royal Q. Using Royal Q as a vehicle, we shall all be successful. Thank you for being part of the training today's morning.